Whether you're new to the sport of kiting or you've been doing it for many years now, it seems impossible to get enough time on the water to satisfy your needs, especially if you live in a low wind area like we do. Over the years, we've learned how to kite more often in our light wind spot, and in this video, we'll be sharing with you our top 12 tips to maximize your kite sessions in low wind places. Number 1, don't limit yourself to a season. You can easily double your time on the water by kitesurfing in winter. Cold water kiting can be done safely if you're using proper gear. Make sure to check out our 14 tips for cold weather kiting video here. Who cares that it's cold and there's a snowstorm? This footage is from this past Sunday, February 2nd. It was windy and we were determined to kite. Yes, the wind was steadily under 10 knots, but it was still fun because of point number 2, foil boarding. This is an obvious one when it comes to maximizing your kite sessions. It's not surprising to us that foil boarding has really taken off locally and globally. As we've witnessed and experienced, you can foil in extremely light winds with your regular sized kites. If you're looking to maximize your low wind kiting, we recommend going with a large foil wing. Number 3, foil kites and large inflatable kites. Another pretty straightforward option is to opt for foil kites or large inflatable kites, especially if you prefer to stick with your twin tip board. We love our foil kites because they allow us to ride in light winds while truly having fun and working on tricks in as little as 12 knots. If you're new to the sport or maybe just not interested in foil boarding, then this is the next best option to make the most of kiting in light wind. Number 4, join an active kite community. This is especially important if you're just getting started kiting. It can be extremely helpful to be a member of an active local kite community because kiting with other people is not only safer, it's much more fun. You can find local kite communities by talking to local riders on the beach or searching for Facebook groups and kite forums. By being part of a kite community, we guarantee you'll be kiting way more often. Number 5, travel locally. When your home spot forecast is looking abysmal, start expanding your search for wind. For us, this typically means looking at the other Great Lakes within a 3 to 4 hour drive from home. Invite some friends and make a weekend road trip out of it. This is a great way to explore and often find some hidden gems of kite spots. Number 6, travel far. Book a trip to a windy destination, and we should add, do it strategically. There are some spots we'd love to check out, but their windy season is at the same time as ours. We'd always rather travel when it's not windy at home or when the conditions are not optimal. That's not to say you should never travel when it's windy at home, but we are talking about maximizing your kiting here. So just a point to keep in mind. It's always a little bit more satisfying to kite on vacation when the forecast is completely dead back home. Number 7, try snowkiting or landboarding. Expanding your disciplines will also open up more opportunities for kiting. For us, snowkiting is great because not only do we enjoy learning a new form of kiting, but it allows us to get out on days that are way too cold to be on the water. Number 8, be flexible. You'd be surprised how much more kiting you can fit into your life if you flex your time when you can. If you're able to work early and leave a little early, you can score an amazing evening session in the summertime rather than being stuck in traffic. Last year, we maximized a couple of mornings with kite sessions before work. Was waking up at 5 a.m. fun? Not really, but trust me, the workday isn't so bad when you've kicked it off with a great kite session. Number 9, learn how to read forecasts and know your local spot. If you haven't checked out our last video about understanding what forecasts really tell you, make sure to watch that next. It's surprising, but a lot of kiters have one forecast model they stick to out of habit, and they end up missing out on windy days or show up to the beach too late. Don't be lazy and don't rely on your WhatsApp group to tell you when there's wind. You know who you are. Start checking multiple forecasts and understand what the models mean. That will help you identify opportunities for more kiting. Also, pay attention to the characteristics of your local spot. Does it get thermal wind and lake breezes? Is there a front coming? What are the conditions or clues that there is or will be wind? Number 10, get a wind sensor for your spot. We sound like broken records, but honestly, our wind sensor was a game changer for us. No more relying on public wind sensors located kilometers away from our home beach. Now we know exactly when it's windy, and this has definitely allowed us to kite much more than previous years. Number 11, just go to the beach. We do this in the summer a lot, and it ties in with point number 8. You'd be surprised how many times it pays off and we end up scoring a low wind foil session when there was no wind in the forecast at all. And worst case scenario, you're hanging out on the beach, what regular people consider to be a fun daytime activity anyway. Number 12, last but not least, watch more kiting videos. If all else fails and there's absolutely no wind at all, you can always turn to YouTube to keep that stoke alive. Speaking of which, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this coming weekly. All right, guys, let us know if you have any secrets that we missed for kiting more in low wind spots. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.